What's up guys, it's your boy Pedro once more with another camera talk, and this is about vlogging cameras for 2021. It's been a while since I've done a video like this. I did one back in 2018, so I'm like, people still ask me, but that video is pretty old, so let me just update you guys with the type of camera that I would choose for vlogging. Roll intro. So first, let's talk about vlogging. Yo, everybody know the YouTube thing, the Instagram thing, the TikTok thing. Yeah, so for me, the first thing that I would choose is my phone. I walk with it every day. You get me? I walk with it every day. Every moment I go out, I use the bathroom. The first thing I take up from when I wake up. First thing. So when it comes on to vlogging, the first thing I would assume that most of you guys will be using is your phone. So I'm constantly getting messages in my DMs, my emails, WhatsApp, iMessage, any platform there is to send a message. What type of camera should I buy? There's so much cameras in the world, so it's kind of hard to actually tell you which camera you should buy. But this is how I would buy a camera. But there are 5 things that I have to put in place when buying a camera. For one, that is the budget. Everybody must have a budget when you come out to buying a camera. You must have a budget. You must have a budget. The second thing is your immediate need for the camera. What is the real purpose for you to buy the camera or a camera? And before buying any camera, there must be some analysis reviews, some test footage, so you can see, oh, this is what the camera footage looks like, even though you don't have the camera in person. But it's always best to do a review of the camera anywhere. If you have a friend who has a camera like it, but there's YouTube, you can always check YouTube. Your existing gear and workflow. Okay, so you're using an iPhone and it's not of, let me just rephrase this, you're using your smartphone but it's not of quality, so you want to upgrade. And the smartphone that you're using, it's not the type of workflow for you, so you want to probably be more advanced in the workflow, so you want a DSLR camera for your vlogs to look a bit different from the rest. Other options, this camera costs us amount and this camera costs us amount. Okay, so this camera is from 2020 and this camera is from 2017. So I think that sometimes you guys should have older options. New tech is not always the best tech for you based on your budget. Buying or renting a camera. But if you're going to do a big project and you need a red camera, I wouldn't recommend that you buy the red camera. I would just recommend that you rent a red camera because it's pretty expensive. So these are camera options, listing from the least amount to the highest amount, except for a smartphone, because smartphones can go above my high price point that I place on this. So all of these cameras is below $1,000. Every camera that I'm going to talk about right now. So the first camera of choice is your smartphone. Everybody is supposed to own. Everybody walks with a smartphone nowadays. Like, you have your iPhone, your Samsung, your LG, your Huawei, the OnePlus 1. You can use any one of those phones to do your YouTube videos, capturing moments, anything that you want to capture, you can use your phone. But that's just a budget. That's just your budget option. So for me, I use my phone sometimes, but not all the time. But I don't like how it looks. I really don't like how it looks, and I use the iPhone XS. The quality is okay, but I don't use my phone. But for some of you guys who use your phone for YouTube, well, if you're using your phone and you want to upgrade, I have other options on this list that you can choose from. So the second option on this list is the Canon M50, and it is for $639.95. And I think it comes with a kit lens. But here are some key features of the Canon M50. So it's a 24.1 megapixel CMOS sensor. It shoots 4K in UHD. It has a flip out screen which is perfect for your YouTube videos, and it's just only a little bit above $600. Camera quality is nice, it's not that bad, we can use it. And the second camera on this list is the Sony ZV-1. That camera is super small, very light, and some of the key features of the Sony ZV-1, it's a 20 megapixel CMOS sensor as well. But the thing about the Sony ZV-1, you cannot change your lens of choice, but it comes with a 24-70 lens which cannot be removed from the camera. It is an interchangeable camera where you can change out the lens of choice. The Sony ZV-1, you cannot change it, unfortunately. But the 24-70 focal length that it comes with, it's perfect for you based on you have a short, you have a wide, you have a medium, and you have a telephoto lens, all in one camera. The Sony ZV-1 comes in at $748. Price is going to drop going down into 2021. It shoots 4K, right, 8-bit color codec, and 1080 120 slow-mo. Yeah, you can work with, you guys can work with that. I don't have any problem with working with that. 120 at 1080 slow motion. It's based on the budget, based on that price, it's perfectly fine for me. The third camera on the, well, the fourth camera on the list for me is the Panasonic Lumix DC-G100. Some of the key features of this camera is it's a 20 megapixel micro four thirds sensor, which is smaller than the CMOS sensor in the Canon M50, but the camera quality from this small camera is amazing. And bear in mind, all of these cameras that I'm stating right now can even be placed in your pocket. All of these cameras are very portable for your everyday use. And also this camera shoots 4K as well, 4K 30 to be exact, with also an articulating screen, which is amazing. Because currently I'm shooting on the Sony A6400, and in order for me to see myself, I have to look at the Ninja V monitor, which I'm recording to externally, just to get this video to have this type of look for me. And the last camera on this list, well, the most expensive camera on this list is the Sony A6400, which is almost $1,000. So this is the highest priced camera on the list. And this is a 24.2 megapixel camera that shoots 4K, that shoots 120 slow motion. Also an articulating screen. For this camera, you can even swap out the lens if you want. So you can switch out lens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can just buy a different lens for this camera. You don't have to be worried if you're shooting with the Sony ZV-1, which you can't change the lens. With this camera, with the Sony A6400, you can change the lens if you want. Bear in mind, guys, before buying a camera, always have a budget in mind. The purpose for the camera, is it a long-term use? And trust me, if you have a camera ready and you want to upgrade, think about the upgrade and do your research about any camera. So I think that's all for now. I'll see you again in the next one. I'm out. Peace.